but yeah, it was a pretty nice day.
But the weather was nice, I bet, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so we're live, and I'm Jorlei, the director of diversity for Omega Delta Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and I'm here with one of the brothers, and I'll have him introduce himself. Let me just have him be on the screen. So go on ahead.
Hi, my name is Raymond Perez, and I am from Chi chapter. I crossed fall 2011 with 5 other brothers. My surname is Too Swole, and
Too swole.
yeah.
Too swole. Is that
Have you not heard
English?
that before?
Huh?
Have you not heard that before?
Too swole?
Okay, so out of the 6 Pledge brothers I had, I was the skinniest one, and you usually say like someone's swole when they're very like fit.
Oh, swole.
Yeah,
Too
swole.
swole. Oh,
Too
like 2
swole.
words. Too
Yeah,
swole, right? Like TOO and then swole.
yeah. So that's my
Ah.
surname. I'm the skinniest one, but I'm the fastest one, so I
Yeah,
can like, outrun all my Pledge brothers.
okay, so it's like elementary school style, like what the fastest person is the coolest.
Yup.
Okay.
And then while I was at the University of Texas at Austin, I studied radio, television, film, and marketing. And after graduation, I moved to Los Angeles, and I'm currently working as an accounting clerk for a production company in North Hollywood. And
Oh, is that where you
ultimately,
are right now?
say again?
Is that where you are right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like the 4th to last person here, or something like that.
Huh. And then what are you saying after? Eventually, you what?
Oh, eventually, I want to write my own television shows.
Cool. What kind of genre?
Drama, family drama,
Family drama.
most likely, but I'm open to anything. Pretty much anything that's like on ABC, Netflix, or HBO would be like something I'd be interested in.
In English?
Yeah.
English. Okay. So no telenovelas. No.
No, my Spanish ain't that great.
No, it's okay. You can learn. It's a
That's
super
true.
easy language. Trust me, it's a super easy language. Cool. Cool. And then what'd you study?
What did I study, or where did I
Yeah.
study?
What did you study?
Oh, what did I study? So I got a BBA in marketing from the Macomb School of Business, and then I got a BS in radio, television, film from the Moody College of Communication. And for my film studies, I focused on producing and writing. And for marketing, it was mainly like statistical research and analysis.
Cool. Film. Also, you can film?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. I know how to film too. Or like
Sweet.
do stuff with film. Yeah, I guess this is one reason I even thought about filming stuff, because it's just like, oh, yeah, why don't you film? Like, yeah, I did a documentary when I was like 15.
Oh,
Film
awesome.
documentary, yeah. It's
What
about
about?
it was titled "Red Flags: Racism and Ethnic Stereotyping in Utah Schools."
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, I know, when I was 15. It's super bad quality. Like seriously, it's like looking at it and now I'm like, it's so gross. Like not like just quality wise, I'm like, but it was my first thing ever. Like it was good. Like for a 15-year-old, I think.
Yeah, that
Well,
sounds already
and,
just hitting on that topic.
and for like the 2000s, like not, like the super, what I had, was not that good quality. That's cool. Okay, so that's cool. And so you're living in LA, you say?
Yeah, so I'm living in Los Angeles. I moved out here my last semester as part of kind of not necessarily a semester abroad, but like a semester in Los Angeles. So it's very similar. And as soon as I finished that program, I went back to Austin to graduate and then moved permanently to LA.
Okay.
And I've been here since.
Cool. Because for some reason, my image with you was Californian. You were a Californian, but you're a Texan implanted in California.
I'm actually, so I was born in Glendora, California, then was raised in San Antonio, and then went to school in Austin, and then came back to Los Angeles
So
afterwards.
you have always been a Californian, but just kind of were for a bit in Texas. It seems like. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I like California a little bit more than Texas, but some brothers, especially, are gonna see this and be like, nah. I don't know. I don't know. It's
That
more
sounds
the
about right.
weather, I
Yeah.
think. I don't know. Anyways, so cool, great. So that's cool. We have brothers literally from Florida to California to Chicago to Utah. Yay!
Yeah.
And of course, Texas. We have brothers in Texas that are on the diversity team, not just like in our brotherhood, but on our diversity team. So that's exciting. Cool. Well, let's go on ahead. So the same questions I ask all the brothers, and I ask them to prepare images. So I'll put the images up. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Share. Okay, you're seeing. Oh, whoa. Okay.
Inception.
Inception. Hide. Okay, I was trying to go here. Okay, there it is. Oh, I think I was supposed to just do the screen. We'll just do that. Cool. Oh wait, it's not showing. It's still showing you. Okay, let me try this again. Oh, application window. There it is. Okay, got this. I didn't want to do all these technical difficulties, but it happened anyways. Okay, everyone can see it. So the first picture and the question, or like the thing we're talking about, is when have you felt like, or have you experienced a lot of hype? Like one of the times you felt like the most hype.
I chose this picture because this was a bachelor party that we had in New Orleans for my pledge brother, who has a shirt with the groom on it, and the reason I chose it was because I hadn't seen him in about a couple years, and I think we're reaching our like 5th or 6th year anniversary. Nonetheless, we have such a strong relationship. Not just within school, but since graduating, we've kept up with each other and supported each other in our, career aspirations, personal aspirations. And so this is really cool because these are 5 brothers from my chapter, or rather 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 brothers from my chapter, in a new space for all of us, or most of us at least, just enjoying each other's company and like catching up with each other and celebrating the fact that like one of our chapter brothers is going to be married. So it was a really exciting weekend, really fun weekend, and that's why I chose it as my photo for.
And you're the best man.
Yeah. And the wedding was that last weekend?
Oh, this was recent. Oh, that's why you're in Texas.
Yeah, it was 2 weekends ago. So not last weekend, but the weekend before.
That's so
It
cool.
was super awesome.
And Brian, I know Brian.
Yeah, that's my grandbig.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Brian? Oh, Brian's cool. He's super. Tony and I were joking about how he's such a Hillary Clinton supporter. I am not. I've never been with her, or been. I don't know what the term is. What's it? With her is I'm with her or something. I was not with her.
I was with her conditionally.
Conditionally, I don't know. I was actually staff for the DNC, and I felt even worse. Anyways, but that's so cool. This is exciting. The Joker, the groom, the good guy. Why is he called the good guy?
So most of these nicknames are kind of arbitrary, except for the good guy, because he was always known as like the nice guy around campus. Like people respected him, both male and female, and usually someone like dated somebody and had some like bad thing chasing them around, but not Jules. Jules was always the good guy.
Jules, cool. And then this brother in the back, what does it say?
It says the Godfather, but on here it says Father. The reason I gave him that shirt was because when the 3 guys on the left of the photo were pledging, so us 3 were pledging together, he was the guy on the left's big and was always very helpful, like more helpful than most brothers are during our process. So he got that nickname.
He looks familiar. What's his name?
David Sanchez?
Yeah, I'm just bad names. His face looks familiar. Cool. Well, hype. This does sound hype. I think it's super fun weddings. I was at my big bro's wedding last summer. It was fun.
Nice. Where was that at?
It was here in Salt Lake. It was just, and then we're strolling and stuff. It's always fun to stroll, you know.
Yeah, towards the end, like the last 15 minutes, I think we put on like 2 or 3 songs from our chapter. Strolls.
Really? That's so cool. Yeah. Wait, was Latif there?
No,
Okay.
actually, relative, like in terms of how many bros were there, it was relatively small just because it was a smaller wedding. So maybe like 15 bros were there tops.
That's still a good amount. That's like how many we were really young chapter over here, the Beta Zeta. I was like 15 man brothers is a lot of brothers to be in one place in Utah. It's like it's like, whoa, what's happening?
For us, like when I came into the fraternity, we had I think like 52 chapter brothers. So 15 is like low turnout. Got to get on people's cases for not showing up or something.
Huh.
Hello.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know if that was still going live while I was gone. I have no clue what happened. Was it?
Yeah.
Sorry. What'd you do? Just start singing something? I don't know.
I just chilled.
Okay, I have no clue what happened. Now I have to open up the pictures again. This is so. Disclaimer: I am not using my. I don't have a laptop. Actually, I do have a laptop, but it is old, and so I'm using my sister's laptop, and it's a PC. So I don't. It sucks. Or like, oh, hater. Okay, I'm trying to find where the pictures we are. Sorry. Okay, found them. Oh, what happened? Okay, I'm confused. I just gone to another page. Where'd you go? Great. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. This took me to another screen, and I don't know where you are. Oh no, this is so embarrassing. Okay, let me start. This is going to confuse the computer. It's going to be like, how is there 2 of you? You're already here. Take me there. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay, well, let me see here. Downloads. Okay. I hate like the mouse pad. I just want to touch the screen and fix everything. Sort by date. Okay. Did it work? Okay, I'm sorry. So the next one, we can talk about the next one while we're trying to load the pictures. Because
Okay.
technically, this whole time it's just showing you live. Um, okay, so the next thing is when you felt gratitude for a certain brother, and this is just kind of like where you were just a certain time you're just like, oh, I'm just really grateful for this certain brother, you know.
Right. Yeah. For that one, I chose a picture of me and my grandbig Rudy Renee Cruz at I think someone's probate. I'm not sure whose probate, but we didn't take that much pictures, and that was my first semester as a brother. So that was my neo semester,
Oh.
and I chose this photo because he was actually the first brother I spoke to at length. The first brother I actually met was Ruben Espinosa from my chapter. Um, and then Rudy was the next brother, and it was at an information session, and we really like hit it off pretty well. He seemed, I mean, in the like easiest way to say it, he just seemed like a nerd, and I vibed very well with that because I was like, hey, I know that, and I'm that, and so we were able to hit it off very well, and that was kind of my like bridge into my chapter. And within my first semester, I got to meet a lot of the other chapter brothers, who all came from different backgrounds, some from different ethnicities, and from like were raised differently and whatnot. And so Rudy was always kind of like my go-to whenever I felt a little bit out of place, or just if I didn't know anything, because it was my first semester, I'd always go to him. And he's a jokester too, and he's like, we have very many similar interests as far as like interest in design, advertising, like marketing, that kind of thing. And so that also became the way I contributed to my chapter for my first semester, was handling a lot of the like promotional materials, graphic design, web design, and things of that nature. But yeah, so it was really cool because through Rudy, I was able to feel comfortable with my chapter and be able to like speak up and contribute, and eventually apply for larger roles within my chapter, and then within the region, and then just be a voice within the OD5 as a national entity.
Well, that's good. I think his name's Rudy, you said?
Yeah, Rudy.
So I think hopefully in every chapter there's a Rudy type person, brother, right? Where
Yeah.
for those that are coming in, you know, sometimes it's not so clear cut and easy to just feel like you belong. That there's a Rudy brother that can help you feel like you belong, and not only make you feel like you belong, but like help you see that you do belong, and then as you mentioned, helps you grow to leadership roles so that you help show how you do belong and help other brothers see that our diversity, because we're all very different, not only can allow us to be leaders in our own organization, but eventually, like as you mentioned, this is you have that relationship with at least one certain brother that you're just really grateful for.
Right. Yeah.
That's like cool. Rudy, right?
Yeah, Rudy.
Cool. Rudy. Cool. And then the next picture is when you felt empowered because you were part of the brotherhood.
Oh, so for that photo, I chose my graduation photo. That day, I graduated with 2 degrees after 4 years, and many of my family members were present. Many of my friends that I'd, created relationships over the 4 years were present. And then all of my chapter alumni, neos were present, as well as a couple brothers from other chapters that I had also built relationships with. And it was kind of awesome because it just felt like over the course of 4 years, I really had created a family within my chapter. outside of my chapter, and being able to see it, visually, like having my fraternity brothers, my family, and my friends all in the same space cheering me on was very gratifying and very encouraging. And that after graduation, I was maybe in Texas for a couple more days and then moved to Los Angeles. So it was just like a really awesome send-off.
UT, University of Texas?
Yeah.
Okay, whenever I see that online, or like with bros posting stuff, or bros from there or around saying UT, just UT, it confuses me because here at UT's Utah, right? And so I'm like always like, wait, I see that, and I'm pretty sure it comes up to my feed that a lot too, just because of that, just because I'm in Utah, like it's just the words. And so okay, that's good to know. You're from UT. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. And then so what are the names of the brothers that are here in the pictures?
So from left to right, it's my pledge member educator, Richie Pineda.
In the red shirt?
Richard?
In the red shirt?
Red shirt, yes.
Okay.
And then Fernando Mancia, who recently got married, is the next guy. Then it's Fernando Hernandez, who's another pledge brother. Then it's me. And then it's one of my other pledge brothers, Carlos Guerrero. And that would be 3 of my 6 pledge members, including myself, and then our pledge member educator. We always took like class picture, and if our pledge member educator was there, we would take a picture with him as well whenever someone graduated, probated, or I mainly those 2 things, I think. Yeah.
Graduation and probate. That's great. I think they should. That's a good tradition. I'm gonna have my neos be like, I'm gonna tell that tradition to my neos and be like, hey, anytime you graduate or have a probate, I want to take a picture with all of you.
It's pretty dope because I'll like look back through Facebook or through my own photos, and like you'll just see every chapter probate or every spring and fall graduation will link up, and you'll see us like all have different hairstyles, getting a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit chubbier for some of us, or whatnot, whatever the case is.
And what semester again you crossed?
Fall 11.
Fall 11. Oh, whoa, this is a little old. You're old there. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I started college in 2010.
Oh, okay, me too.
Oh, really? Oh, wait. Did you graduate in 2010 in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, then we're the same age.
Yep.
But like, I took 2 years off to live in Tokyo, so that's why it's kind of. And then
awesome.
OD5 wasn't founded in Salt Lake City until 2012, so I couldn't join in 2010.
Right. I actually just finished listening to what's it called?
The podcast.
The podcast, yeah. And
was it one with me?
Yeah, the most recent episode.
Oh. So you do know a little bit about me then.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yay! I should listen back to my own podcast. I listened half of it, but then I had to like go to work.
Gotcha.
Cool. Okay, that was the last picture. Oh. Well, let's put you on the screen then. Great. So, and then I put myself on the screen. How do I stop it? Okay. Oh, I was like, hey, that's a picture of me. That was actually the picture with the DNC that I took with the the American flag. Okay. The next question. Okay. Hopefully you can share a time when you felt like you were allowed or you were enabled to be your most authentic self.
I would say throughout my 4 years, I was kind of figuring out who I was in terms of my sexuality. So some of my chapter brothers knew just because of the relationship we had. I felt more comfortable sharing that with them, even as I was trying to figure it out. But I would say it wasn't until my last semester, maybe even like 6 months after or something, that I was able to tell most of my chapter or you know, whoever was present, that I was gay, and that I was, you know, letting them know, because, you know, our relationship had been very honest and a two-way stream, and I just wanted to continue it now that I knew who I was, and felt comfortable talking about it. So I would say, I guess my last semester, or like as an alumni, I felt the most comfortable in terms of showing myself, which I think was also like at the same time that I was coming to terms with who I was and whatnot. But throughout my 4 years, I guess 3 years as a brother within the fraternity, I would say there was always moments of like, oh, like something's wrong with me, and I'd use my pledge brothers as support sometimes, and sometimes I would use, you know, older brothers who maybe had a bit more like just outside of the fraternity and outside of the college experience going through their mind, in addition to like the college problems, experiences that happen.
That's so cool. Like that, you know, some of us, I think when similar with me, like with my brothers here in the chapter when I was an undergrad, like it was like moments of like, hi, when you're finding your own self, in terms of, it doesn't have to be sexuality, but it could be other things. It could be faith. It could be other, like even major, like whatever. But something that's really important, that's going to affect your life. And you're trying to see how you tell brothers, you know. And it's kind of weird, like someone that hasn't gone through it, like it's like, why do you have to tell everyone? Like, I was like, well, it's just more of like, if we're in a brotherhood, shouldn't we support each other? So shouldn't we help each other? And I feel like it could help me more if you know more about who I am, right? And so, but I think that's good. Maybe this, not just hearing that, I think that's maybe one of the reasons you might want to even be in this position, right? Because right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like 95% of our chapter is heterosexual, generally very like machismo, which is how much most of my family is. Like if you look at my dad and his brothers, so I get it, and that's also why I think I mesh well with most of my chapter. But that also made it that much more nerve-wracking to be like, well, you know, how do I fit into this, and all that stuff that goes in your head when you're thinking. But yeah, like everyone responded very positively, very support, like with much support. And so I just think it's important to share, because, you know, if you're the only one you think you're of some religion or have the sexuality that no one else in your chapter shares with you, like my experience shows that there's a positive track to go through with your chapter that doesn't feel, you know, like you're excluded from the rest or something to that nature.
Yeah, and it takes sometimes just one brother to like help change that whole culture, right? And that's kind of the next question, which is share or think about, like, you know, 2 to 3 identities that you have that you've seen influence the culture at your local entity.
2 or 3 identities. I think a big one, even though I like, sorry, I think my laptop is running low. We'll figure that out when it comes, I guess. I'll figure it out. Hold on. How much battery life do I have? Oh, okay, I'm good. The first one was me as a Mexican American, and more generally a Latino. Although I didn't want to focus on it too heavily, because I thought one of the things that was awesome about our fraternity and my chapter was that there was diversity. But it is something that I could speak to. So I kind of plugged in our fraternity into whatever events were occurring on campus, or things that would benefit or spread knowledge about my culture, background, ethnicity, and so in that same way, as I was doing that within my campus for my culture, I also wanted to reach out to people who did not come from the same background, and also I guess just to learn more, like us as a chapter, about other cultures that we may not associate with, or brothers within our chapter who don't share the same culture, but obviously would also want to connect to the university and whatnot. So some of the things that we connected with towards the end of my 4 years at UT were like the Chinese New Year, events with the NPHC, other councils, and trying to see not just if we could have a presence there to support, but if there was any chance for collaboration, or any way of perhaps putting on events together that focus on like drunk driving, or multiracial couples, and various other issues and topics that sometimes don't get as much attention on campuses.
I think that's good. It probably does. I'm pretty sure this position attracts brothers like that, but not every, but like a lot of the brothers that want to be on this have helped within their local entities make sure that their brothers are experiencing other things, like because that brother personally feels not only feels, but sees the value in having a not only a diverse brotherhood, but like brothers being diverse in the ways that they see things and experience things. So that's great. Like, and I think, sometimes it takes until maybe they're graduated or even years later where the brothers are grateful for the other brothers that were leaders and led that, because otherwise, they go to the real world, or they experience something and they're like, oh yeah, I experienced this in undergrad, so I kind of know what to do, compared to they don't even know what to do, right, in certain situations because they never have been exposed to other things.
Right, yeah.
So, dang it, each time I talk, I had to put that camera on me, but I forget. Anyways.
The other identity, I guess now, would be like my sexuality. But at the time, during my undergrad, that really wasn't something I was comfortable talking about or with in relation to myself. But it was something I began to like start talking about with other people. So whenever there was the opportunity to look at an issue or a topic through the lens of, someone who might identify as gay or bisexual or trans, we try to fill that position or that hole with someone who was knowledgeable or who was an expert in whatever topic we might be discussing. So the only thing that comes to mind is when we talked about multiracial couples, we did have someone on the panel who was in a queer long-term relationship, and they talked about the added complexity of being queer and in a multiracial relationship. But I think that's something now as a queer person that I'm trying to focus more on for our chapter, or rather for the national entity. Now that I do feel comfortable talking about myself in respect to LGBTQ issues.
Yeah, and then I saw that you travel also with your partner?
Yeah,
to Texas. I saw that. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Y'all are the cutest couple ever. Like seriously, like y'all are so cute. Like I was like, I didn't even tell my sister because she's like I said, her brother-in-law, whatever, my future brother-in-law, whatever. That's gonna be her best friend. But I didn't say it. I was just like, oh, my friend who I'm gonna talk to today. His partners, like both of them are the cutest couple ever. But I don't think she realized that you're gay. So I was like, whatever. Like, I was like, but they're so cute. Like seriously,
Thanks.
but yeah, this is true. But that's good. So those are two identities. It's only 2 to 3. Like if there's another identity, you don't have to like force it. You know. But those
Nothing that comes up to the
that
top
comes to
of,
mind. But
yeah.
yeah, those two identities are big, especially since the kind of transitioning to this last part, right? The position. So, dang it, I'm talking. So let me go back to me. Okay, so yeah, so you want to be on the committee for the LGBTQ plus star support, right? Oh, did he drop? Well, he comes back. So he wants to be in the LGBTQ plus star support committee, which is a committee that's going to focus on well, all the committees are going to focus on certain things, um, on their certain topic, but all the committees are going to for sure focus on a couple of things. One of them is policy. So the policy, the people on that committee are going to focus on are especially the policy that we already have, and making sure it's expanded and it's growing and it's updating and it's helping those that are transgendered. So any people or any brothers that whether it be interests, PMs, current brothers, and then alumni, we want to make sure we support them in every way. So yeah, how do I pause this? Oh,